And so typically, this is something that you should figure out with the person you're meeting. Um, if you're meeting a manager, I think oftentimes the manager has so many things going on and they might have like a million things in their head. And so what I've noticed typically is the burden is on me. It'll be up to me to write down the takeaways. And typically I'll just communicate to them, hey, I'm paying attention to what you're saying. I was taking notes because what you're saying is really important to me. And then based on if you're talking with a coworker or a designer or someone else, you should just make sure you understand who is writing, and make sure that if there's something important, you actually give them space. Say, hey, that was really insightful. I'll pause to let you write that down. Or let me just give me 30 seconds. I'll make a note of that. And then critically here, not you can't just write things down. You actually have to figure out what needs to happen. And again, like I think typically with someone like your manager who he or she might be really busy and have like 10 people reporting to them, right? And so it's so easy. And speaking as a manager, I was a manager for a little while at Facebook. It's so easy for things just to get lost. And so it's really critical here to actually have concrete action items. Who is doing it? Not just like, okay, this has to happen. Okay, I'm doing it, or my manager is doing it, or someone else is doing it. And then you follow up the next week on what you talked about. And then one thing I'll just also mention here is that like at Facebook, one of the things I really enjoyed actually was walking one-on-ones. I mean, because like the weather would often be really nice and just like, at least for me, I feel like I can think a little bit better and I'm a bit more creative when I'm actually walking. And so um, this concept still very much applies. So even if you're doing a walking one-on-one or a walking meeting, which happens pretty frequently, you should make sure that you just spend 10 minutes after the meeting to write things down and then share out the notes afterward.